The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Part 6. But tell me, spake again, thy soft response renewing, what makes the ship drive on so fast? What's the ocean doing? Still as a slave before his lord, the ocean has no blast. His great bright eye most silently up to the moon is cast. If he may know which way to go, for she guides him smooth or grim. See, brother, see how graciously she looketh down on him. But why drives on that ship so fast, without or wave or wind? The year is cut away before and closes from behind. Fly, brother, fly, more high, or we shall be late. For slow and slow that she will go when the mariner's trance is abated. I oak, and we were sailing on, as in a gentle weather. 'Twas night, calm night, the moon was high, the dead men stood together. All stood together on deck for a charnel dungeon fitter, all fixed on me their stony eyes that in the moon did glitter. The pang, the curse with which they died had never passed away. I could not draw away my eyes from theirs, nor turn them up to pray. And now this spell was snapped once more. I viewed the ocean green, and looked far forth, yet little saw of what had else been seen. Like one that on a lonesome road doth walk in fear and dread, and having once turned round walks on, and turns no more his head, because he knows a frightful fear doth close behind him tread. But soon there breathed a wind on me, nor sound nor motion made. Its path was not upon the sea, in ripple or in shade. It raised my hair, it fanned my cheek like a meadow gale of spring. It mingled strangely with my fears, yet it felt like a welcoming. Swiftly, swiftly flew the sea ship, yet she sailed softly too. Sweetly, sweetly blow the breeze on me, alone it blow. Oh, dream of joy is this needed. The lighthouse top I see. Is this the hill? Is this the kirk? Is this mine own country? We drifted over the harbor bar, and I with sobs did pray. Oh, let me be awake, oh my God, or let me sleep away. The harbor bay was clear as glass, so smoothly it was strewn, and on the bay the moonlight lay, and the shadow of the moon. The rock shone bright, the kirk no less that stands above the rock. The moonlight steeped in silentness the steady weathercock. And the bay was white with silent light till rising from the same, full many shapes that shadows were in crimson colors gay. A little distance from the prow, those crimson shadows were. I turned my eyes upon the deck. Oh Christ, what saw I there? Each course lay flat, lifeless and flat, and by the holy rood A man all light, a seraph man, on every course there stood. This seraph band, each waved his hand. It was a heavenly sight. They stood as signals to the land, each one a lovely light. This seraph band, each waved his hand. No voice did they impart, no voice, but oh, the silence sang like music on my heart. Soon I heard the dash of oars, I heard the pilot's cheer. My head was turned perforce away, and I saw a boat appear. The pilot and the pilot's boy, I heard them coming first, dear Lord in heaven. It was a joy the dead man could not blast. I saw. I saw a third, I heard his voice. It is the hermit good. He singeth loud his godly hymns that he makes in the wood. He'll shrieve my soul. He will wash away the albatross blood. Now, part 7. This hermit good lives in that wood which slopes down to the sea. How loudly his sweet voice he rears! He loves to talk with mariners that come from a far country. He kneels at morn. He kneels at morn, at noon, and eve. He hath a cushion plumb. It is the moss that wholly hides the rotted old oak stump. The skiff boat neared. I heard them talk. Why, this is strange, I trow. Where are those lights so many and fair? That signal, mate, but now strange, by my faith, the hermit said. And they answered not our cheer. The planks looked warped, and see those sails, how thin they are and sere. I never saw aught like to them, unless perchance in it were. Brown skeletons of leaves that lag my forest brook along, when the ivy toad is heavy with snow, and the owlet hoops to the oaf below that eats the she olf's young. Dear Lord, it has a fiendish look, the pilot made reply. I am afraid. Push on, said the hermit cheerily. The boat came closer to the ship. But I nor spake nor stirred. The boat came close beneath the ship, and straight a sound was heard. Under the water it rumbled on, still louder and more dread. It wrenched the ship, it split the bay. The ship went down like dead lead. Stunned by that loud and dreadful sound, which sky and ocean smote like one that had been 7 days drowned, my body lay afloat but swift as dreams myself I found within the pilot's boat. Upon the whirl where sank the ship, the boat spun round and round, and all was still, save that the hill was telling of the sound. I moved my lips, the pilot shrieked, and fell down in a fit. The holy hermit raised his eyes and prayed where he did sit. I took the oar, the pilot's boy, who now doth crazy go, laughed loud and long, and all the while his eyes went to and fro. Ha 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 ha, ha, quoth he, fool plain I see, the devil knows how to row. And now, all in my own country, I stood on the farmland. The hermit stepped forth from the boat, and scarcely he could stand. Oh, shrieve me, holy man. The hermit crossed his brow. Say quick, quoth he, I did thee say, what manner of man art thou? Forthwith this frame of mine was wrenched with a awful agony, which forced me to begin my tale, and then it left me free. Since then, at an uncertain hour, that agony returns, and till my ghastly tale is told, this heart within me burns. I pass like night from land to land. I have a strange power of speech. That moment that his face I see, I know the man that must hear me. To him my tale I teach. But loud uproar bursts from the door. The wedding guests are there, but in the garden bower the bridesmaids singing are, and hark the little vesper bell, which bidden me to pay. Oh, wedding guest, this soul has been alone on a wide sea, so lonely 'twas that God himself scarce seemed there to be. Oh, sweeter than the marriage feast, 'twas sweeter far to me to walk together to the kirk with a goodly company. To walk together to kirk and all together pray, while each to these great father bands, old men and babes, and lovely friends, young and youths and maidens gay. Farewell, farewell, but these I tell to thee, thou wedding guest. He prayeth well, who loveth well, both man and bird and beast. He prayeth best, who loveth best, all things both great and small. For the dear God who loveth us, he made and loveth all. The mariner whose eye is bright, whose beard with age is hoar, is gone, and now the wedding guest turned from the bridegroom's door. He went like one that hath been stunned, and his soul is of sense forlorn. Forlorn, a sadder went a wiser man. He rose the morrow morn. Sore, his sore, the morrow morn. He rose the morrow morn. So this is the end of the Ancient Mariner, the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Thank you very much.